And so we need to pick a new name. And that's really not so easy, especially since we started the My Rustic Glam Life. So in the next couple days we'll be posting new names, and maybe you guys can help us vote on one. That would be great. Almost done. Sorry, this is the boring part. I do classes where I teach this. Small groups, about 5 or 6 at a time.
Oh, Bill Brody says, hi, Jackie and the little fella. I don't know who he's talking about when he says the little
Must be the
fella.
puppy. Oh, Bill's saying hi to the puppies. Kidding, Bill. We know exactly who you're talking to.
I don't.
Okay. I did the thing you're not supposed to do and breathe in the powder. Alright. So I poured some epoxy on here already, and I just want it to, I want to use this as a base. It's just a piece of glass. Just a piece of glass. I didn't bother to put tape on the other side. I'm not worried about if the epoxy goes over, because before it gets super hard, I go in with razor blade and I trim the excess off the back. So, easy peasy. One of the easiest classes I can teach is this one. Because it's tiny, you can get it done in a short amount of time, but you have to pick it up the next day. Or a couple days later. You just can't take it home right away. Okay. So I have this spread out, and that'll allow my epoxy that I'm about to pour to move. And the first thing I need to do is heat this up. So sorry about the noise. I don't use a torch inside the house. You can use a torch. I just use the heat gun and I pop the bubbles, which you can't see. You can see them when you're here. They look like, almost like little tiny sparkles. It's really weird. This also heats it up and allows it to flow better. Can you see this, Kyle? Mm-hmm. Okay. So nobody else has worked with epoxy, right? So far? Nobody answered yes?
Nope.
Okay. So, like I said, you can watch more of the how-to videos that we're going to be posting, but this was just one of those fun things to do since we were kind of busy with this tonight.
Xana's watching, Gary Reiner's
Hey,
watching.
Xana. Hey, Gary. Okay, so I'm going to pour, honestly, no rhyme or reason, because this is going to be an ocean. You want to hold that one up again, just for the new people that came on?
Which one?
The one I did.
This one
Just
here?
kind of hold it up. Yeah. That's what we're making. Upside down. It's upside down.
There.
And that's either a piece of art, or you can use it for a meat and cheese tray, a dessert tray. All you have to do is turn it around. This is a color I probably would, it looks like pea soup. Hate it. When you put it in here, they all get mixed together. Did we lose Chris?
We got 15 on
So
right
did
now.
Cassie ever,
Nope, I don't think so.
Cassie.
Renee Schimmel is watching.
Hi, Renee.
Sarah Line, Arlene.
Okay. So,
Xana says hi back.
there we go. Now this is my pure white, and I'm going to put this in a little different.
What's the drying time on something like this?
The drying time, so this isn't, in the beginning I said this is a new epoxy I haven't worked with before. About 12 hours. Like, to get it hard where you'd want to use it, I'd leave it for about 3 days. The stone coat countertops that I usually use, after 3 days, it's hard. I can use it as a countertop or a desk, then I wait about 30 days, but 24 hours, I don't move anything for about 12 hours. After 12 hours, it's not going to move. I'll show you kind of some pieces. We have a piece that I was working on if we have time, if it doesn't get too long.
Gary wants to know where the dogs are.
They're locked upstairs because otherwise they'd be into all this.
And then their hair gets into pieces.
Yeah. Had that happen. So,
Jenna's on.
what?
Jenna.
Hey Jen.
Renee
We had a
says hi.
piece that we did back in September, an expensive desk that we had to sand down and start over because it got dog hair in it. So that was a costly mistake. So now all I'm doing is taking the heat gun, popping the bubbles, and moving the epoxy around to kind of look more like an ocean. Can you see this?
Yep.
You don't want to get too close, you don't want to burn it, because it will burn. Then it leaves these goopy, gummy messes. You can even, I'll show you another way to move it too. You can pick it up. I shouldn't do it right on the wood and then it'll stick there. So I'm going to pour a bunch more on first before I do anything else. What?
On my tablet now, you're picking it up.
Okay, so there's a little delay.
Yep.
So we're not, tech savvy. Kyle's got all his cameras, which Bruce laughs at, but he doesn't like we're good with them. Ooh. I probably should have mixed a little more glue. We could put Kyle in charge of that. Oh, I am.
Katie's watching. Katie Stymie is
how you pronounce it.
Brandon Peterson is watching.
Hey guys. Okay. I'm gonna grab a different glue really quick. I know this is probably rude, but hey Kyle, can you open this? Let's try this new glue. Oh, we'll do it this way. So you can use ink. You can use spray paint. You can use all kinds of stuff. Half the fun. Oh. So this is what I mixed. And this is how it just turned out. And lowered.
Missy's on. Renee wants to know, gorgeous, are you teaching classes?
Yes. So, the website that I was talking about, well, not website, the Facebook page.
Which was?
My Rustic Glam Life. In the next couple days, we do need to change the name. I think I did say that, but if you guys could
Missy's on.
go on and help us pick out our new name.
Missy says very pretty.
Thank you. All right.
Penny Reedy says love the colors.
Thanks. That's the fun part about this is the colors. You wind up making completely new colors while you're doing it. All right. I'm going to blend these and then we're going to put the waves in. So same thing. I'm just going to get rid of the bubbles. Heat this up. When you heat it up, it helps it move. I actually don't know if it's, if I like doing this for work more or just for fun. I have a lot of pieces around the house. I do this on canvases, wood, glass, windows, furniture. What else? What else?
I think that's it. I think that's all the mediums.
Jewelry. Do jewelry. So now I need to get rid of these lines and blend this. And there is another, ready? Important tool here. Are you ready? See? It's an expensive tool.
Bill Brody wants to know why we're changing from rustic to lamb light.
It is kind of a, if I want to put that on my pieces to sell them or use that on Etsy, it's kind of a long name. I didn't think so at first. Kyle is the one actually telling me that.
It's a business decision, Bill.
So, what do you think? Do you think it's a good name for the business? And to leave it at that as we list things on Etsy? Life is because originally we were showing some how-to videos on, well, the first thing was the garage, right?
Yeah.
We did our garage with reclaimed lumber and tin from an old barn, and we were showing how we did that right down to not only putting it on the walls, but Kyle didn't like the color, so we burned every single piece by hand with a torch.
Lexi Quadro is watching.
Rubbed them down, and that was our kind of our first videos. And then there's the stuff that I do, which is my art and my jewelry and furniture. And a friend had said one time when I was, because a lot of people think it's funny that I'm into hunting and fishing, because just really didn't match who I was, or people thought I was. And I had a friend one time say, oh my God, you live such a glamorous life, laughing. And it kind of just stuck with me. So that's how we picked the name. And I like it. But like I said, it's not really very short.
Missy says, like the name, could shorten it to RGL in the logo.
Ooh, good idea. Smart.
Jana is watching.
Smart girl. See, you're a smart business girl. Okay, so one thing that I will tell you is that these pieces change once they're sitting. You have to have them level, which is why we now have part of the bookcase empty, because we have pieces everywhere tonight. And so if they're not level, everything will go to, see how on this table it's not level and everything's going over here? If it's not level, it just kind of comes off. And so this, no matter what, even if it's perfectly level, this stuff will change in the next couple hours before it starts to gel up. At about 3 hours it gels up and it doesn't move anymore. But I can walk away from a piece, go do something, and come back, and I'll take pictures to prove that it's actually moving. and the stuff moves.